Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to be talking about a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead news for today. We're going to be talking about Alicia directing an episode of 7B, it seems like. Actually, not 7A for Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to get into a little bit of that stuff and just some random little updates for Fear. Also, the very, very bad reception, it sounds like, that Fear is getting from 702. A lot of people not really liking the episode, so we're also going to get into that, as well as just some general Q&A questions.
I'm done listening to you, Morgan.
I will come for you, Victor.
Bring it.
Okay guys, so it's going to be doing a review for today. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead leading up to Season 7, Episode 3, titled Cindy Hawkins. We're going to get into the first Q&A for this week, as well as talking about kind of some of your fan reactions after Episode 2. So, this one's going to be an interesting one, because so far from what I've seen from the fan reaction, it is a very mixed episode from what I can tell. Some people like it, while some people seem to, absolutely hate the episode. They think it's absolute garbage. So, I don't know. Fear has a very mixed fan base this week. I can't really decide where people are coming from. I will say, and I will say right now, I'm kind of in the middle this week with Fear the Walking Dead, okay? I kind of see where both sides are coming from. I don't love the episode. I don't hate the episode. I just think it's... it's okay. That's kind of where I'm at with this week's episode of Fear. But before we get into that, because we're going to get into that in a sec, I do want to also address, this is why it's the first topic for the Q&A for today. I want to address, if you guys are not aware, we've heard this at Comic-Con, and it seems now it's actually going to be happening based on this picture here. It is seeming that Alicia Denham Carey is going to be directing an episode of Season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead. So if you guys are not aware of that, that is a piece of information for you guys right there for Fear. And we have some kind of pictures of her actually in the director's chair, actually directing an episode. So they are filming 7B right now, which is kind of why, and it's kind of ridiculous that they kind of let the cat out of the bag, if you will, with this one. But that obviously means that Alicia's going to survive till 7B if she's, showing pictures of her being on set and, directing an episode. So I technically will say, Alicia's going to be safe for at least the majority of this season now, which is, I guess, kind of an interesting development. But, so she seems to be directing an episode. I kind of imagined it would be in 7A, but it is seeming to be in 7B. So, very interesting. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think about that one and Alicia directing an episode. And, maybe at some point they could get, a few others back, because I know Coleman did some episodes recently, so it'd be cool to see him for another episode. And I know Lenny James also directed an episode last season. He directed Welcome to the Club, I believe, which was kind of cool for him because he only had one scene. So, for the most part, he was behind the camera and, directing for that episode. So it'd be cool to see if maybe Lenny and Coleman want to do it again, and now Alicia's doing it. So should be interesting. And it seems, we won't see it till the spring or probably summer because it's a 7B episode, but it is cool that some of the cast is, kind of chipping in and kind of, I guess, helping out with the directing in Fear the Walking Dead. Pretty cool. First one for today comes from Brian Akeem, who says that I definitely agree with you, Dan. The Emil thing came out of nowhere, the twin brother situation, and Brian apparently hates it. So, yeah, you and me both. All right. So, if you guys didn't see in the review yesterday, I went into a lot of detail, probably at least 5 minutes of the frickin' review just on this topic. I don't like the return of the Emil twin brother, but same actor, type of thing. I just don't like it. And I still don't like it, even after, sitting on it for about a day or so. I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't. I think that in terms of storylines and in terms of kind of just ideas, I feel like Victor Strand is actually a good villain this season, believe it or not. I actually think that the storyline, especially with Howard in 702, and the way they're handling the Victor character, I actually think it's something that's been built up for so long with Victor that I feel like it kind of deserves its own season, which I feel like Season 7 should be the Victor season, if you ask me, of him being a villain and how our survivors handle that. Hell, the advertisement has been Morgan versus Strand, why are we getting into a storyline that it feels like we've already seen, Like I said, people will be like, oh, well, Dan, but technically it's not Emil. No, I know it's not Emil, but they are already going and they're already doing something that we've kind of already seen. What do you guys think he's going to do? He's going to go after Morgan. Of course he is. Well, why would you break up this rivalry? In my opinion, this actually has a chance of being something cool. And I'm going to stick up for it because I like it. I actually really like the Morgan and Strand rivalry that they're kind of setting up here. And he would interrupt it. The Emil twin is going to interrupt it. And, well, guess what? It's too late. He probably already will. And I just don't want to see that. I seriously don't want to see that, especially after all this buildup with Strand. And you're getting back a villain that, in my opinion, was a good one-episode character, was a good, time he was there. But bringing him back now, it just shows you're desperate for views because, people like the original Emil. That's all it is. And honestly, I find that very cheap on Fear the Walking Dead's part when I think they're perfectly fine. They're doing perfectly fine with Strand. And I'm serious when I say this, and this is when I know people are going to disagree with me. I don't care about Padre. I don't care. I don't care so far. I have no reason to care. I don't care about whatever this military is with Dwight and Sherry. Okay, mildly interested, but we'll see where that goes. I don't care about CRM because you know that we're not going to see anything, and we know that we're not going to get any reveals on anything important. It's just going to be Alfie and her girlfriend for one episode, and then she's going to take off again. All of these other storylines here, they all just don't matter to me. I don't find an interest in any of these. The only storyline, the only rival or threat for Morgan this season that I personally enjoy is Victor Strand because it's something that was set up last season and now it's actually happening. And now it feels like now that we're in it, now that we're getting into the Victor Strand storyline, everything's just coming out to destroy it. I don't know. I never am going to understand that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, but I really wish that they would have never done the Emil scene. Next one comes from Rose, who says that this was a very annoying episode for her. She really does not like the Morgan and Grace characters, especially after this one, and basically goes into how it was completely unnecessary for the story, and very upset that in episode 7, apparently we're going to get another very big and heavy Morgan episode. So, yeah, this is the thing, right? This is kind of where I stand on episode 2. Grace royally pissed me off. I'm sorry. Thinking about it now, I'm sorry. I don't like Grace in episode 2. I really don't. She screams out loud when she could have just gone back to the submarine. She screams out like an absolute idiot. What the hell was that about? She completely wants Morgan to leave her behind, takes her mask off in the middle of radiation, wants to be responsible for this little baby Morgan. Then at one point she doesn't, one point she does. She'll kill for the baby, then she doesn't care, and then she wants to maybe blow her brains out, and then she doesn't. And then she, she doesn't want to be with Morgan, and then she does. And I'm like, holy frig. Honestly, decide, woman, please. I'm sorry, but what are you doing, And in terms of Morgan, see, this is where I will disagree. I actually still like Morgan in episode 2. I like his story. I like what they've done with him. But he ain't as fascinating as season 6 Morgan. I'll say that right now. They definitely could still do more with him, but definitely unnecessary. You could say that because they start the episode in the submarine and they end the episode in the submarine. You could make an argument on that. Honestly, that is very, very true. And last one comes from D, who says that I normally like Fear the Walking Dead episodes and the Walking Dead episodes. However, this one was not their thing from what it seems like. Not a fan of it and really just kind of, I disliked the episode and nothing really redeeming about it. So, yeah, that seems to be the general consensus this week because obviously I have seen positive comments. I have, but at least in terms of here on the channel, yeah, a lot of you guys seem to not like it. And honestly, I definitely could see a lot of your guys' arguments. Like I said, I'm kind of in the middle. I find things I like in it, but there are things I really don't like in 702. There are things I really don't like. The screaming baby, for one damn good example of that, was really annoying. And I know people say okay, but the baby would be screaming like that in a situation like that. Yes, realism is great in TV, but it's not a screaming baby for entertainment purposes. Right? They shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry, they shouldn't have done it. It became irritating. Okay, you could do it for the first few minutes. Show that the baby's crying, that she's hungry, and Grace has to go out there. That's fine. But after that, it just became oh my God, something, please. I felt Grace's frustration when she turned on the music for Little Mo. And the baby just stopped, It's good. It's frig. I don't know. It really got to a point where I was annoyed. I had to, turn down my volume on my TV because I I was embarrassed at what I was watching. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's like, what are you watching on TV? You know, imagine someone walks in and they watch you watching baby screaming on TV, and it's like, why are you watching that? You know, that's what I felt. I felt embarrassed to watch some of that stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It's at a point where I feel like episode 2 it ages worse for people, from what I can tell. But at the same time, you know, I can understand it, which is going to lead into actually one more I want to get into from Rowdy, who says that, yeah, this episode does not age well for him, and he really is not a fan of just kind of the episode overall. It's getting worse over time, as he says. So, yeah, you know, that's the thing. It's not aging well for people. That's definitely one thing I can kind of tell. Hopefully it ages better for people in the future. As of right now, it's okay for me. You know, I don't hate it. I just find a lot of frustrating elements in it. But definitely, it's an episode that, looking back on it, they definitely could have done a lot better. And for me personally, I definitely prefer the Victor Strand episode over this one for sure. So anyway, let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this week's episode of Fear? What do you think about Alicia directing an episode in 7B? Actually, not in 7A. It sounds like it's going to be in 7B. Let me know about that in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click to subscribe and don't miss any of my videos of Fear the Walking Dead. I can't speak today. Follow Dan's Walking Dead videos on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
She won't have anything to do with me after this.